Hello and welcome to Cab Crew Wednesday. Sorry I kept you late, folks, but I was over at Mini Prints on their 5-year anniversary. Glad to see everybody jump out and glad to see everybody over there. And let's get the show started. It's Cab Crew Wednesday and glad to see everybody here. Let's see who's all in the chat. Oh, can't open up the phone. Try this again. And it's not even off the tracks Monday. Here we go. All right. I can see it on the phone now. So, yeah, GRE 2057 got the cookie. He was here, and I believe Ronald Rondeau was next. And go down the list. Brian Ferguson, how you doing? Peterbilt 389 rail fan. How's it going, Sladen? Believe I seen Ray from around the layout. Yep, there's Ray. How you doing, Ray? And Todd Armstrong. Welcome to the show tonight, folks. If you're working on something model railroad related, let me know. We'll bring you up in the chat. You can show us what you're working on. I'm still working on the layout over here. And always something to do. James might be on tonight. He's traveling tomorrow, so he might not be up too long if he does show up. Delmar, how's it going? Rail fan. And Anthony Dodge, how you doing tonight? Thanks for coming out. I believe said hi to Todd Armstrong. Todd was just live on Mini Prints. Great Lakes Railroad Division, how you doing? Go Leafs, go. Yeah, I got the Leaf stuff. I'm slowly starting to take down in the basement and putting it on Marketplace on Facebook. So get rid of that stuff because I really got no more room to put it anywhere. Hot Dog Pilot, how's it going? Yep, he's up late. It's almost 1 o'clock in the UK. How you doing, Tuna Dog? Hot Dog Pilot. So glad to see everybody make it out on this Wednesday. And I'll switch the camera because nobody wants to see me. And this way, Austin Matthews. Yep, go Leafs, go. Got the Leafs pillows. I got Leafs pictures up here. All kinds of memorabilia and stuff. New comments. Trying to get to it. Oh, okay, there we go. Skipped a bunch. Everybody saying howdy, howdy, and hello, hello. Yeah. So just still plugging away on the layout over here. I got lots of wiring to do and lots of track laying to do. So yeah, obviously we got the spare railroad ties, railroad spikes, the rail joiners, rail cutters. And then, yeah, I was kind of on Mini Prints. Like I said, it's his 5th year anniversary, the birthday of Mini Prints. Showing off all the awesome Mini Prints that I've collected over the years. And like I say, lots of stuff isn't done yet. And thanks, Mar. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's kind of like I use a lot of styrofoam and then I just carve it. And then, yeah, got the belt pack guys. I got to get Ray from around the layout. Get a couple of his yet and get them all painted up and get them on the layout. There's a black bear on the layout over there. You can see. And got to move a bunch of stuff around and keep working on this thing. All it takes time, but if I'm down here an hour or two, sometimes 3 hours a night, time flies and things get done. Hey there, Wigwag, how's it going? Yeah, that's the one of the engine shops I got on layout. I have a couple of them. I believe that's Pike's kit and stuff. And then those are homemade trees there you see on the skewer. And basically your filter for your furnace. Just all cut up and poked on the stick and painted. And then the lights I got all turned on and all kinds of stuff. I'm working on anything interesting. Couple of mail calls. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Delmar. Awesome Possum Brad, how's it going? And Anthony Borden, how you doing tonight? Thanks, buddy. Really enjoy doing safety. I pretty much enjoy every aspect of this hobby. Um, Woodworking. Uh, I'm not a carpenter by any means, but I enjoy woodworking and track plans. All kind of I just thought out in my head, and then I start doing it, and then laying track, cutting track, um, and then obviously the scenery, right? Wiring I'm okay with. Um, Block detection or anything like that. That's not kind of up my alley yet, but eventually we'll get there. But that's what this hobby's all about. Learn as you go. Oh, well, that's cool, Sladen. Got a brand new Peterbilt model for his birthday. Happy birthday and good stuff. That's awesome. Do I golf? Yeah, I golf. I golf, Brad. Usually when we started this, and Daryl asked me to start doing the Cab Crew Wednesdays, if I'd be interested. That was my actual golf night, so it was kind of nip and tuck when because golf usually starts in May and goes till midsummer, end of summer, and it was Wednesday nights we golfed. But yeah, I like golfing. Some guys get frustrated. I just go out and play the game. It's enjoyable. Don't get stressed out. It's kind of like the hobby. Don't get stressed out about the hobby. It's all for fun. You know, or else we wouldn't be down here doing this if we're all stressed out all the time. This is a hobby that is all supposed to be about relaxing, and same with rail fanning, right? That's why I go to the rails, because it's peaceful and quiet, and I love the sound of the trains going by and listen to the wheels sing, and just enjoy being outdoors, having a good old time. Hey, Dan, how's it going? Yeah, stress relief. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's what the hobby is, too. I mean, it can be stressful at times if you make it. Like trying to do your track plan or trying to cut a piece of wood and it doesn't turn out the way you hoped or whatever. But that's why it's always best to measure twice and cut once, or measure 3 times and cut. So, looks like I have a guest in the basement that just arrived. And he's not snowed in, and he's got his ice cleats on. Yeah, 100%. Right? Rail fanning's all about just enjoying. And I mean, I could sit there 8 hours, and my wife goes, "What do you get out of that?" And I'm like, "Peace and quiet." That's what I get. That, and you never know. You could see foreign power or locomotive you haven't seen in a long time. It's just awesome. Plus, I bring the dog with me. She enjoys it. I'll bring up the first guest that seemed to have popped up in tonight's live show. Many of you have known him for many years and been around the hobby for at least 5 that I know of. What are we, 2005? 2025. Yeah. So I think Jay's been around for a while, but here he is.
Well, I've been around a couple of days, I guess.
Hey?
I've been around a couple of days.
You've been around a couple days anyways, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, there you go. That's right, Brett. Greatest hobby in the world. I agree. Ken Patterson says it. It is the greatest hobby.
I'm not a rivet counter, so if you want rivets to count, don't come here.
Yeah, you just enjoy.
I do what I want. Someone posted today on Facebook about making sure their cabooses are all in the right order, and it's not my layout. Mix and match.
We try to run prototypical at the club, like buffer cars and track speeds, right? Because we got a few or engineers or guys that work actually on the railroad, so they kind of know, right? going through crossovers. We got speed limits and stuff. So that's what's exciting when you go to the club and run trains there, because it's
I
like
had
the real deal.
my layout.
Huh?
I thought my speed limit was notch 80.
Yeah.
Oh, I should remind. I was checking the count, so I surpassed 1,000 subscribers. I'm in 1,015 subscribers as of this afternoon at noon.
Wow, you're climbing.
And I went with Bernard and Sparky on Sunday, and we caught 2 trains near Bernard's studio. And both of those little shorts I did got over 1,200 views.
Nice.
They must like the Canadian, the VS system. So
That's awesome. Well, as long as you keep that for a week or two, then
yeah,
you've met the goal, right? That's why I don't say anything until it happens, and then wait and see if you hold it. And
yeah. So you thank everybody who's in the chat. I see we have awesome Brad in the chat. Mr.
Yeah,
Peter
we went
Bill,
through that.
89. Mr. Ronald Rondo, welcome, sir.
You can say hi to everybody, and I'll set up
Mary
the other.
Fan, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, our good buddy Anthony Dodge, a Model Train Outsider,
James is just catching up.
and the Great Lakes Rail Division. Yeah, we had thunderstorms today. We had snow today, and it's going to plus 18. So, which season you want to enjoy?
Well, that's what I call all 4 seasons in one day,
Seems that way.
and that's the way it runs here in Ontario.
I'm heading to Ottawa tomorrow morning at 5:15.
Well, it should be okay weather-wise,
Should be. We're taking the Tonka truck, so it should be all right.
and it's not supposed to snow.
Hey, Dan Leduc.
So that's a good sign.
Well, this morning we woke up. We had snow first, and then it turned to rain. So now it's a slushy mess.
Oh, geez.
So
Yeah, we had it was rain this morning, then it's sleeting, freezing rain, then back over to
I'm
snow
doing
a little bit.
Peter Bill. I was working on Sparky's building today.
Nice, how you make it out with that?
Good, I'll go get it. I'll show you.
Yeah.
It's in the other room, so hang on to the fort.
Okay, we're holding on to the fort as I'm grabbing more materials to grab and build some more stuff. And yeah, where is that? Is that the right one? That's the right one. I hit heavy storms west of Buffalo. Oh, that's, yeah. You never know what you're going to get in Buffalo. Like when we go to the Amherst show in January, that's hit and miss from Buffalo to anyway, I guess Rochester, New York. Could be good. Could be bad. I need to take some track out. Let me switch the camera around. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing much sitting anyways. Sadie, watch out. Got shelves to move tonight and soldering the tracks. So there's that camera. Curly Express tuna can. How's it going, buddy? How's Curly tonight? Hope all is well. Sadie, watch out. You want to be on the show? You gotta wait till later. Then my phone's asking me, do I want to hook up to my TV? No thanks. I need to take out this section. Before we get too far.
That's as far as I got so far.
Okay. So it's coming.
Yeah. I don't like the way the roof vast is on right now. The top of the walls are flexible,
Yeah.
and the lip to hold the roof is not very big,
Okay.
so it won't set on properly until I get the window assemblies installed.
I got you.
Because it needs the window to help support it. So
Yep.
I might have to glue on some styrene on the bottom to help support it. The roof, just the way the kit's built, it flexes too much.
There's that wrench I was telling you about earlier. Or Joe extension.
Yeah, so I have
It's a DeWalt 90.
a 90 angle drill for that purpose.
Yeah. It's handy to get in spots underneath where you can't get the drill in.
So I painted the windows natal green,
Yeah.
and I gotta wait till the better weather because I'm gonna primer it all first, and then I'm gonna paint it with a base color.
Right.
And I'm gonna add some other greens and grays to it to try and dirty it up. And I'll at the end of the day I'm gonna take some black primer and turn into a wash and add to that.
Okay.
See how it turns out. And then I'll splatter it. But I put a track inside. Sparky has plans to use the track for his layout, and I got to put a bumper inside too for the so the train can't the boxcar or wherever you're gonna put in there won't run away. It's code 83 track I glued in there.
Okay.
With CA glue.
Now is he mostly code 83?
Yes.
Okay.
He wasn't fussy.
That over here.
Yeah.
Never really. I haven't been down. Well, yesterday we had a few things going on, so never got down there yesterday night.
I went down here at all yesterday.
You're down here a lot. Yesterday.
Today is Wednesday. I was down Monday. Tuesday, I was lazy yesterday. Tuesday, I didn't do anything really. Well, I worked on this kit though yesterday.
What
I
happens?
worked out in the other room though.
I need powers. Let me bring the monitor over because I got a power supply on my stand, and I can plug in my soldering iron.
Yeah.
Then I'll move the camera so you can see what I'm doing.
Okay. I'm not sure any more storms yet. I hope not. It's supposed to be spring.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get more storms tonight.
I have a project in the garage I need to work on soon too. I'm building a cross for the school.
Oh yes. Okay, now I can move this.
I got.
Sorry if I'm getting you
The
dizzy.
wood is 72 years old, 73 years old.
Yeah.
So that's going to be built.
I'll make sure my track's straight for a solder because this is for the bend, eh?
That's a curve. Yeah, you're going to solder. You're going to solder the bend.
Yeah. Oh.
And
Yeah,
then Tim, CP368. Welcome, Tim.
Tim, how you doing? How's things tonight?
He's getting lots of rain and snow till next week.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy earlier, and he was in the chat here. He was saying in Buffalo they were getting some pretty good snow.
Well, Bernard's Tim lives in that area. Not sure how close he is to Buffalo, but he does live in that part of New York State.
Yes.
How far he is, I'm not sure. But all I know, according to the weather, it's supposed to go to 18 tomorrow morning.
18 by tonight.
That means all the snow is going to go bye-byes.
Yeah, tonight's supposed to be
Yeah.
around 10 o'clock or something.
That's a lot of work, Tim. Yeah, you're an hour away from Buffalo, so I'm 2 hours from Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm 2.5 from Buffalo. Maybe
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, you wouldn't be sorry. A lot of debris you got to clear up. So, better than that, been a pretty not too bad a day. We did our normal errands this morning. Hey, there's the Around the Leia podcast dude, Mr. Ray.
Ray, how's it going, buddy? Back again? He might have been jumped over Bernard's because he had James Regier on and
yes, he had a lot of guests involved too.
yeah.
So I'm not sure if it went past 8 o'clock or not.
Yeah, that's hard to say. Like say 5 years, that's quite an accomplishment because I remember Bernard, the first OVR pop-up event, 2021, right after the Showstopper.
That was 2022 then.
No,
Mhm.
21.
21?
21 was the first one.
Because we sold our house in 2022. We've been here. What's my question? How long you been a railroad modeling fan? Well, no, Del Mar Rail fan. Well, my journey down the rabbit hole started October 31st, 2019, as far as getting into a model railroad. But I started collecting stuff well before that.
Yeah.
Because we took the Rocky Mountaineer through the Rockies about 10 years ago. And when we stayed in Jasper had a train store in this train station. So I started buying stuff then. But my father-in-law gave me a locomotive for for Christmas one year, and it was actually a River Rossi THB Hudson. I still have it. It's up on the shelf here. So I'm not sure when that was, but he always told me it needed some work to it. And I thought the problem was needed a motor for it, but we discovered later on that he actually replaced the motor. But I bought another one for parts, and that we fixed it up. So I actually have 3 of the same locomotive.
Nice. Hey, Dave, Crooked River Nation. How are you tonight? But that's it for a minute.
Ray says, I've been a fan since you were written with letters.
Been a fan since what?
I've been a fan since years were written with letters. Okay. Numero, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I lived in the north end of Hamilton, and we didn't have TV, video games. All we had was a street. So we hung out on the street. We would hang out down by the pier, the docks, the Navy Yard. We did have a Navy Yard when we were kids, and we had a Stewart Street CN Yard, and I hung out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And we used to hop the boxcars in the yard.
I was probably young age.
Hey, Floyd, hi.
Down at the tracks as a kid.
Ray, I did walk to school, and I did have a newspaper route. I had almost 450 newspapers, and I used to make about $6 a week delivering papers. And
Well, I
we didn't have a bus. We didn't have that.
remember when I was a kid, my parents couldn't go down the street a certain way because they'd want to go to the train station.
Oh,
Like always had to stop at the train station and see any trains or what's coming.
no, Ray, but we used to make hats out of the newspapers. We used to make kites out of the newspapers because the paper back then was a lot bigger.
You don't do that now?
It's too small, not the same size. Spectator was a lot bigger back then, with a lot wider of a paper.
Yeah.
So, and I got my first train in 1963. I still got it. And it's I guess you call it today O gauge. But back then, so we didn't have, I didn't know if HO even existed in the 60s.
Right.
But I still got it. Doesn't work. It's just tired and dirty and everything else. Someday I might fix it. Right now, it's just a memory. But I still got it. I was 11 when I got it.
You were a weapon?
It's 61 years old.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was born in 1952. I'll be 73 in October.
Put the link in the chat in case somebody's working on the railroad or the layout. Why not? Show us what you got. Let's talk
And
train.
you're tired and dirty and old.
Excuse me. I'm soldering a track.
Tim, I used to get $6 a week.
That was big bucks back in the day.
It was $6, and I used to get my 2 cents from the pop bottles for running errands for the neighbor, and I used to get, I think, 6 cents a week. That was my spending money. But we bought a lot of stuff with 6 cents.
Oh, remember going to the store and 25 cents got you a big bag of candy.
Oh yeah, he bought a lot of candy for 5 cents, definitely. But yeah, we got a lot. We did a lot for our 6 cents. Anthony Warren's got a question. Are you going to put a highway under a highway bridge next to your train bridge?
Well, that was the question asked Monday. What's everybody think? Yay, nay?
I put an elevator in.
An elevator in.
But yeah, I had fun in the north end of the city of Hamilton.
Okay.
And the bigger kids used to loiter in front of what we called the Chop Suey House, which was the next door was the local bookie joint.
Nice.
And the cops would take the older kids by car and drop them off in an area called which we call Snake Road, make them walk back to the city. That was their punishment for being loitering. They didn't get any jail time. They just got, okay, you walk back. And we did all that.
Yeah.
But we lived on the street until we were told to come home when the lights came on.
Yeah, that's how it was. Lights
We
came
didn't get
on.
our first TV until 1965.
Oh, you're getting close to my ear.
But
Sadie, what you doing? I got a guest in the basement.
there's a fee for guests. I'm special. There's a fee.
Yeah. Sladen, how you doing? What are you working on tonight?
Good evening. Oh, just got back in state from a tornado chase and then ended up having to fight a massive brush fire alongside a highway.
Oh, okay.
Where are the trains? There's a
Right
train.
here?
That looks like a war bonnet.
Sure is.
Oh,
Is that a dash 8?
Nope. SD75.
Oh, I have the Dash 8 in the black bonnet,
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
the
that
Atlas.
was
That
Atlas.
is a nice locomotive.
That was a
Yeah,
special
I
one,
got
right?
I got blue bonnets and I got the war bonnets.
I want the yellow bonnet is on my wish list. I can get that one. The blue bonnet is there too, but I think I like the yellow over the blue.
Yeah.
I have Dash
Um.
8 in the CN though. I
Nice.
see Ray has decided to pop in here too.
Ray's in there. Bring him up.
Right here.
Ray, how you doing tonight?
What's happening? Coming to you from a less better audio environment, but I
Looks like a train room.
am actually down here. I found it. It was right down in the basement, right where I left it.
Nice.
You should never leave that train room.
I only got a studio upstairs. It's like the hobby within a hobby, so it's kind of hard to.
Move the studio to the middle of the train room.
That's what happens, Ray. Right?
It does, but yeah, I figured I'd take an opportunity to jump on for kind of show what I've been up to as well. So
I'm not going to stay on long anyhow, so you can have my spot, Ray.
no, you should.
I actually got a heck of a surprise yesterday on the La Junta sub between Hutchinson, Kansas, and namesake town of La Junta, Colorado.
Okay.
3 CSX, 2 Montana rail links, and an XBN SD60M with the original white face logo on it.
So what are you working on, Ray?
What would I know here?
Well, I've been applying what I've learned from Mr. Don Iris and my trip to Florida, where
Right.
I have decided that I no longer want to rely on a rail joiner or a switch point to ever carry power ever. They're there for function and function only, not for carrying power. So I started from the right-hand side of my 10-foot bench, and I've worked my way all the way to the left, putting in all new drops, including drops on the inner rails of every turnout. So now it takes power throughout the entire operation, and I'll see if I can switch my camera around and see if it'll let me do that.
I do power a different way, Ray. I solder feeders through every jointer, and then I hook it up. I don't solder any joints whatsoever, and I decided to stop putting feeders to the track directly because it wouldn't allow me the flexibility I want to move the track to straighten it out a bit. So I
Well, yeah,
tried-
if you're moving your track a lot, I could definitely see how that would help you for sure.
once I get it down where I want, then I may go back and add more feeders to it. But every joint, I'm soldering feeders to the joiner. So every piece of track, will be a wire on the new section I'm doing.
Yeah, I would only be concerned about the looseness of a rail joint or debris into it, but that's your call. For me,
Oh, the SD75.
Yeah, that was my 241, but this one might be a little bit around your era, James.
What's
The
that?
original. This one you might recognize. A Chesapeake in Ohio U-30C U-boat.
U-30C. Now
Yep, in the Chesapeake in Ohio.
Yeah, I've never seen that locomotive. I have on order if I ever get it a C30-7
Oh, nice.
in a Burlington Northern scheme because I do like, besides running Canadian Railways and THB and CN, I like the BNSF stuff, the pumpkins. And so I try to get rolling stock and locomotives that is evolved to create the Burlington and Santa Fe train. So I got lots of rolling stock of different railroads from that era. So Burlington Northern, Santa Fe, Pumpkins, I have on the list.
I'd
Nice.
love to see some more CN down here
Well,
in my neck of the woods because all I get is BNSF.
Well, we've seen BNSF on the CN main line here. I have seen it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why I figure I can run it because it's here. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
it's prototypical.
Well, I'm not prototypical. I just run trains, so I'm a fair. But that's the one rule I can get away with it. I saw it here. I can run.
Oh yeah. This says I don't always stop and look at trains. Oh wait, yes I do.
I when I head out anywhere in the car, I seem to make sure the car heads in a direction that is gonna maybe catch a train. So there's always a train involved in the road.
Yes.
If
I
I see
always
a train
go
coming through, I see I should be stopping, so I stop.
I always go based off of the signal indication, like at some of the switches and along the line, to help me make my decision. Like if it's close enough, and I also use traffic cams also to see if there's anything coming.
Yeah, you can't catch a train if you're
I
sitting on the couch.
I would not. I don't know a lot of details about the BNSF and the pumpkins and the war bonnet locomotives as much as I'd like to. I always thought the war bonnet was a -8, not just the paint scheme. There's a certain paint scheme for the war bonnet too.
Oh, cool.
War bonnet is just a reference to the paint, not necessarily the locomotive.
Right, and there's a certain paint scheme that the war bonnet carried. But I thought
Yeah,
it was
and
a -8 too.
War bonnet is just the paint itself. It can be on multiple locomotives.
Oh, okay. Good.
yeah, because I've got a war bonnet paint scheme. I know I got a war bonnet -9, war bonnet -8, war bonnet GP9, and then my war bonnet SD75 M over here.
Now, if Tim is in the chat, when it comes to train knowledge, he's a pretty good expert on that.
Tim's a bucket coach.
I know I had an Atlas -8, and it said right in the box war bonnet, and I gave it away.
And as I understand it, if it's a war bonnet, but it says BNSF on the side of it, you can call it a fake bonnet.
A fake
Yep.
bonnet? Okay.
And then BNSF, as of my knowledge, they have 2 Franken bonnets. One of them has actually been out here.
There's also another locomotive down in the States for odd colors. They call it the patches.
Yeah, I know UP does that. Since they still have a handful of their AC-44s still in the Southern Pacific paint scheme,
That's what Tim
UP's
said.
patched them.
Yeah.
See, Tim calls the -8s, the -9s, and the GP60s are more of the red silver war bonnet. What Tim said.
Yeah, Delmarva Railfan. The one I have is a C-44-9W. But thankfully, thanks to BNSF's rebuilding program, I'm starting to get some of the good old 600 series back out here in Colorado, leading and trailing on trains.
Now, my main trains for me is TH&B. So the GP7s, GP9s, the SW9s, NW2s, and the Hudsons.
Those are cool.
Yeah, that's
I do have a couple of Berkshires, but they're not correct for the TH&B, but the close replacement. I have two of those.
Deuce.
Two. They're DCC, no sound. Bachman. Berkshires. That's right. Andy's learning.
How you doing over there tonight, Mike?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, Tim. Nothing
Thank
wrong with a
you.
long TH&B boxcar, but I have lots of TH&B. I have every diesel that TH&B had on the at one point in time. I have them all.
What does a THMB stand for? Since I've never
Toronto,
heard of that.
Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo.
Oh, cool.
They were TH&B was owned by CP Rail and New York Central Rail,
Yes.
and eventually New York Central sold their interest to CP. And eventually, CP took over complete operation. We called it
Todd.
Tramps, Hobos, and Bums. Tramps, Hobos, and Bums.
THB, they're not related to THC, are they, Mike?
No.
So,
No, that's two different things.
now,
Hey, Derek.
The
Todd,
Chesapeake,
very funny.
the Chesapeake,
Very funny, Todd.
The Chesapeake Railroad used to come up here in St. Thomas. I was talking to Sparky about that.
So, yeah, just plugging away on the layout. Derek, how you doing? Alexander, thanks for coming
Hey,
out.
James, here's one for you that I have two of these, and they are actually considered really rare.
What's that?
Kansas, Oklahoma, and Gulf.
Well, I haven't seen that one.
I've got two of their rail cars.
Somewhere in the family that made up BNSF, that there's another railroad, and I think it was called Colorado and Southern.
Yep, CNS.
And
Ran out here.
they were narrow gauge.
Yep.
Ray going there next week.
What's that?
They say Ray's going there next week, isn't he, in Colorado?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to Colorado.
Oh.
Hey, come on. At least come see one of our mega coal trains.
Speaking
I
of
thought that was, is the Colorado show next week?
speaking of THC, no, I'm not going to Colorado.
But is that show next week?
I know they're calling for a chance tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. And then it's going to be like 32C, or not 32C, like 25C out here. So up in the 60s and 70s in Fahrenheit. So it's going to be warm out here starting next week.
Spring has arrived.
Oh, hopefully soon. Had enough of winter.
Oh yeah, Mike. You know how I said I got a Peterbilt model for my birthday?
Yep.
Here she is, custom painted with train horn.
Crooked Dave, that is Sladen, the Pete.
Yep, that is me.
Crooked Dave is asking who you were.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
State your name and origin, what state you're from.
We're getting interrogated.
That's right.
Last four of your social
It's me,
security
Sladen.
That's not like
Me, Dave.
What state you're from?
Colorado.
Sladen,
No.
Colorado.
Colorado. Okay.
Yeah, this is my new channel after I lost mine in June completely. So I had to start completely over.
So
Oh, wow.
Salt Lake City, is that in Colorado?
Which city?
Oh, that's Utah.
Salt Lake. That's Utah. Okay. No, my wife's stepbrother's girlfriend lives in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, that's Utah.
They don't teach U.S. geography in Canada.
Well, they do, but maybe not back then.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no problem, Dave.
Well, they sure as hell think that now it's a good time to teach us about American birthright in the school here.
Well, I have some American heritage in me, so don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad at all.
There you go.
I wonder if this cord's toast.
Oh, hey, James, do you like CP Rail, like around the 1990 era?
If it's got wheels on it, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a little something to show you that I got at a train show about a couple weeks ago. Or when I came up last cab crew Wednesday on Mike's channel, I showed it.
Okay.
Now, this is my favorite paint scheme from Canadian Pacific. CP AC44 in the dual flags livery.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
I like the Pac-Man paint scheme.
The waka 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 waka.
That's it, Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That's what they do on That's what they do on VRF all the time when they have a CP Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Yeah. Pac-Man. I like the Golden Beaver myself.
I don't think I have a Golden Beaver. I have the Pac-Man, and I think I'm not sure what my SD30s are. I have a pair of those.
Is Crooked River and Eastern working on his layout?
He didn't say. He's keeping it a secret.
He's keeping on the down low, is he?
Yeah.
Because Dave should come up and show us what he's working on. That's cool.
Hey, it's okay, Dave.
I gotta get down to see it.
Ray's working hard at his layout.
I'm cleaning track because I was gonna wait a few seconds here, and I was gonna take you guys on a little field trip under my layout for a little bit of a lesson in what not to do when you pull your bus wires. So learn from my mistakes, right?
I'm learning from my mistake right now. I should have soldered 3 pieces of track together because I'm in the corner now.
Ooh, is that a Jeep there, Mr. Ray?
Yeah, that's a Jeep. That's a Jeep 38. That's the P&W. It is
nice.
now connected. It is now. I'm working on getting.
Hey, Mr. Bob, PK&W Model Works.
Bobby,
Hey, Bob.
how's it going, Bob?
Yeah, that's the Multi-Mart or the Pac-Man. That's what I have.
Oh, you're gonna get lucky here. Love it.
So I think I got myself turned around now. Yeah, that is a Jeep 38. I got the hood off of this one. My custom painted. I painted that myself with small graphics details. That's for my grain mill, which is very
That's awesome.
progress.
Where'd you go?
And you see me.
Wrong one. Let's make Ray bigger. Boom.
There we go.
There you go.
So anyway, this is the grain mill work in progress. This whole building's going to completely change. And by the way, the drill is not part of the layout decor.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to move that.
You put in a flatbed or a heavy load. So, Ray, is your layout a switching layout, a point to point?
It's a point to point. I'll give you an overall and forgive all the mess.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
we're always seeing
there
this
it
train. We just
It's a mess down here.
yeah, this is a bomb
cool.
going off. But there it is. A very much switching layout.
That is awesome.
Well,
Yeah, that's cool.
Once I clean it up, it'll be better.
Bob's got a question. Is that thing loaded? What is
It's not
loaded? The locomotive or the drill?
Well, that's loaded.
That's loaded.
So here we go. We're going to go down underneath, and hopefully you'll be able to see exactly why you should never do what I did.
What's
So here we
that?
go. here we go. This is why you never take your bus wires and spin them in a drill
Oh,
or running them.
Oh,
So
Why would you?
ouch.
Now, why
Because-
did you twist the bus wires for? You must be a reason for it.
because somebody told me to, and not all advice is good advice.
Now, here, question for you, Ray. How many wires do you have in twisted? Two wires?
2 wires are twisted. Now you can see
Okay, now
that old
back up if it's not. If you watch to Larry the DCC guy, twisting the wires in DCC does help with signal loss.
yes. That's
So
why I twist my wires.
nothing wrong with it. Just matter how you do it.
I twist my wires by hand, though.
yeah, and maybe a wrap or 2 or 3 per foot, not 20 per foot. Don't go
Yeah.
crazy. That's what happened to me. So now you can see in areas like this ain't so bad because I don't have them twisted so tight. I can get to them.
Look at
Yeah.
those suitcase connectors.
But look at that one there where I had to pull apart and they're jammed together. That was a fight to get suitcase connectors in there. And imagine if I was not using suitcase connectors and I was trying to solder those wires on with it being that tight.
Now, Ray, do you have the proper tool for crimping suitcase connectors?
Yes, I do.
Good boy.
Yes, he does. All right.
Is
I'm looking back through the comments. Thank you, Andy, for the clarification. And Todd, I agree with what you said with TH and B. To hell and back.
so there is your suitcase connect crimper. You can see it only closes the width of a suitcase connector.
That's right. I have the same pair.
I have 2 pairs. If I could tell you where the other pair was, I wouldn't have 2 pairs. I have no
I
idea
know,
where they
I
went.
know.
They're
But
probably
another
in the
tool
front.
that I got, if you ever use for, especially if you're using stranded wire, is a ferro crimper.
Yeah, I'm using solid wire for my drops. The next layout I do.
Don't use solid for your bus wire
No, bus wire is stranded.
because suitcase don't
Drops
work
are
good
solid.
on stranded wire on solid.
Yeah, it works fine on the drop on those though. The next ones will be the next layout. The drops will be Cat 5 wire.
Hello, Steve 87. Welcome. You're but get your home okay now.
So
Now
Great.
I decided I go buy a spool of 22 gauge solid for my feeders. I found that a 20 was a little bit too. It didn't allow me the flexibility in the track lay, so I changing over to 22.
Special
as I move
delivery.
forward.
So yeah,
There you
my
go.
next ones will be strands of Cat 5 wire. Nice and thin, already color coded. You get multiple colors per pull of Cat 5.
Yeah, I
You
just
can
go
flatten
buy
the ends
spool,
out and
black,
they'll disappear
red.
real nice.
$14 a spool.
Big
So-
box of Cat 5.
And I got tons of Cat 5 around. So
Yeah, don't use bell wire wherever you do.
this is not necessary.
What's that?
You can see how tight that one is.
Yeah,
It looks like candy. Doesn't look like a
I
wire.
didn't twist my wires together. I don't think me personally, I don't think it's necessary. I don't have any issue with that. Yes. 22K.
So
And,
there's the lessons learned from Ray's layout.
Now, but I'm a prep when it comes to wire. I'm more fussier. I do not like wire that is made across the pond on the western side of the pond because I find they make the jackets oversized to meet CSA code in Canada, and it's too thick.
That's
for-
what this is right here. Overseas
that?
cable with a huge insulation on it and very
Yeah,
thin
don't
wire.
use that.
It's- yeah. Well, I used it just to finish up. I had it, but I don't like it. But I believe this company, this is the wire I was using before, and from everything I can gather, NTE has gone out of business.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Amazon used to carry NTE, and I couldn't get no more. But I found, I'm not sure if it's in the States, but the store up here in Canada called Sale Electronics, and they carry that wire in those spools.
Yeah.
But there is an American site that carries that wire, because I found it, but the shipping to Canada was too much money.
Wow, we're at PKW.
See, my field is electrical.
Hey, Dave. Crooked River, Dave, if you're still here, thank you for sending them CSX units through Kansas for me to catch.
But Ray, you know, also you can use for your feeders, you can use magnetic wire too,
Mm-hmm.
because it has insulation on it. And when we wound that in motors, we didn't re-insulate the wire. It's good. It's rated at 2,000 volts.
How about thermostat wire?
Yes, but it's heavy. It's heavier wire.
Definitely a heavier wire.
I don't know what gauge thermostat. I just know I had some more thermostat wire.
It's going to be 18 or 20.
Is it thicker? Okay. Yeah. No, for now, but you know, again, and I flipped the camera around again, but
Yeah, I was on
That's been my
my
goal.
Facebook. Was on my Facebook page the other day after posting everything that I got in Kansas, because I went there for a business trip and to do some train watching, and I got to see the short lines nighttime local power being readied.
Yeah.
Two of them were the rebuilt Southern Pacific tunnel motors.
Okay. Now, I have fixed tunnel motors for the mining industry. That's a different ball of wax.
I know a short line in Kansas is still using, like, they do have the ex-Canadian National wide cab GP40s.
Okay.
A couple or quite a few GP38s, but as of recently, they have acquired a ex-Southern Pacific SD40-2 in the original paint, and its sister unit, an ex-Southern Pacific SD45. Like, it's an SD45 car body, but it got rebuilt into a SD40T-2.
And Ronald, I have those vectors here too. I haven't used it, but I do have. Mike is working on his curve in his layout, and Ray's doing some wiring. And I'm gonna get going shortly because I'm leaving.
Yeah, you gotta leave at 5 a.m.
Prayers for safe travels.
Yeah, we're going to pick up a dolly for a trailer.
Hey, let's see.
Oh man, now I wish I can teleport.
I
Why?
don't know if you can see that at all.
Because I deal with a lot of 18-wheelers down here, especially in Oklahoma.
Yeah, these are designed. You ever seen a walk-behind forklift truck?
Yep.
Well, so the same idea they developed for travel trailers.
Yep.
So
Fifth wheel.
a 30-foot travel trailer is kind of hard maneuvers. He's going to use the dolly to maneuver the trailer into his backyard more.
Yep. Use the fifth wheel, connect it to the dolly,
Well,
and then.
this does not have a fifth wheel. It's a ball hitch.
Let's see.
Oh
if you-
wow.
Can you see the super elevated curve? I can see it. but
Yeah,
I don't know
that looks nice, Mike.
if you could see it on the video. Let's try it.
I know I definitely see you. Okay,
Yeah.
that auto rack runs way better. And I like how the elevated curve makes it look like more realistic, because when I was in Hutch, I had a massive 17,000 foot stack train Tuesday, and I was at one of my favorite spots where you can where it's got a straightaway and then it's a giant 90-degree curve. And yeah, just watching all 212 cars of the intermodal just going around that curve
That is
while my
Peter,
tripod was filming. That was
Ronald,
awesome.
that is Peter L.
Yeah. Peter.
And I'm gonna bow out now. You guys have a good night, and
Have a good night to you too, James. Prayers for safe travels.
pick
Yeah.
on Mike more. He's busy working.
Have a good night there, James.
Yeah, it was catch you. I'll catch you in the chat while I'm traveling, so I'll be the passenger.
Okay.
Okay. And Ronald, that's Peter L's layout for Australia. It's a big layout, huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder
Okay.
what he uses to do those layouts. I could just imagine. There you go, Ray. Get him on your show.
There you go. The show's booked out for the next 6 months. Literally, I went through and I put my next 6 months all together to stay ahead of everything. But I'll show you guys one more quick thing, and then I'm gonna jump off. I'll see if I can change my camera around one more time. So this is what I was talking about with turnouts. Should be able to see it. So now you've got drops.
Yeah.
Inner rail, outer rail. So now that thing is powered all the way through.
No issues at all.
No more rail joiner power concerns. The points are only there for function, not for power. And
PK and W. I can't remember your name right off, PK and W. And yes, that is correct. It is Hutchinson, Kansas.
So,
Try this trick, Ray. If you go to do it again. I don't know. Can you see it?
so I can see you. Go ahead.
So, Larry Puckett, the DCC guy, if I put my hand there, you see the little pieces of wire I joint to the rails on the slit? That helps.
Yeah, to jump them. So jumping it over. Yeah, that's also a good idea.
So then you still, have your positive, negative, whatever on one side.
Yeah.
And no issues. Same kind of concept, just maybe.
Yeah, same concept, different type of wiring. I did pull out. So these are Pico Insel frogs.
Yep.
I go and I pull out the wire that jumps around the frog.
Yeah.
It'll end up causing a short. What the weak side of a Pico Insel frog that I have found is right here in the frog. That will cause a short. So you can see I have insulated it here.
Mm-hmm.
By cutting a slot in with a very thin Dremel wheel.
Yeah, I got those.
Soldered those back rails just to ensure that power is fed up to that part. So there's power here. There's no power right here on the front. That part is dead. But this is dead. So right here is dead. But I have keep alives in every locomotive too, and that's helps carry it. Plus, the back truck should be picking up power while the front should be picking up while the rears are going over. So that should not be a problem.
Yeah.
And again, all stemming from a visit down to Don Iris's layout.
You learn as you go.
It was so bulletproof. I was like, what do you do? And I just took what he was doing and I've applied it here. So
yeah.
So that's what's going on. And so in between editing podcasts and everything else, I'm trying to clean this dump up, repaint the track. I changed a bunch of turnouts, found some older turnouts that I had. Well, I had to go buy a new one or two where I broke a few, tightening the joints up, just trying to do better track laying, better practices to try to get things to run smooth. So there it is. There's the little switching layout of the P&W and NECR interchange model railroad. And now, like I was saying about my mill, there's a switching job there, and mounted right there is the proto throttle. And you can actually run it with your left hand while you're switching that out. So you don't even have to hold the proto throttle to be able to run that.
How do you like it?
Awesome.
What's that?
How do you like using the Proto Throttle?
It's a totally different experience.
Oh, it is.
It's awesome.
It's
And
just like running the real thing.
yeah, and then on top of that, it's like, yeah, once you get it set up and running, but yeah, what's nice is it slows everything down, and especially for a smaller layout like mine, where you don't want to blow through it. You know, you want to take your time and go through the steps. So that definitely will help slow operations down a bit. I did buy a new decoder for the MP15 DC that has I think it's a select decoder in it, and it just doesn't perform the same way a V5 does with the Proto Throttle. So
Right.
I'm going to take that out and put a V5 in that little switcher.
Nice.
So, there's a
Nice layout. Nice layout, Mr. Ray.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's again, it's my first layout. Now, I'm showing the mess here, but once I get everything under control and get kids out of the house someday, this all will be my layout. I'll redo this as a room and do narrow bench, very narrow shelf layout all the way around this thing, and I'll have much more railroad to play with. But for now, this keeps me in the hobby. It gives me a little bit of place to go to mess around with stuff, and I got another to install here.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite.
Nice to meet you, Bob, and being Ironwood Railroad. Good evening.
Hey, Iron B Railroad. What's your favorite part there, Ray? Like of the hobby?
Of my favorite part of the hobby, the obvious answer, I guess, the one is the people. That's obviously what makes it great. But as far as what to do, I mean, operations is where it's at. I'm just an operations guy, and I find that the more you operate, it sucks you right in. When you have purpose, when your trains have purpose, something to do, it just sucks you right into the hobby. So
yeah.
We all want to be them. We all wanted to, now you get to be them in scale, and you have something like the Proto Throttle, and you feel like them for a bit.
Yeah. Now, are you still talking about getting your passport?
Eventually I'll get up there and see you guys.
Because if you do come up, I'm hearing there's possibly a meet and greet this summer.
Oh, is that right? There you
go.
Oh, now I definitely want to get my passport done.
Yeah.
If you do come up, Ray, probably get you up to the club and do an op session with us.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I got to do in July. I got to go to Deschler, Nebraska, and then I got to go to St. Louis. So I got 2 trips in July. We'll see how things shake out, but I will eventually make my way up to Canada in some way, shape, or form.
Nice.
So
you got a place to stay if you want. So
all right, sounds great. I'm going to jump.
Are you going to?
Go ahead.
Are you going to Deschler, Nebraska for Spring Creek model trains?
Yeah, for their 25th, I will be there for that. So
yeah, because I got a buddy named Alan coming out of my hometown of Hutch that goes up to Spring Creek a lot, and he models N scale, and he's somehow got almost every single Union Pacific Heritage unit, a Rio Grande tunnel motor, and I think an MP15 or 2 from either Southern Pacific or another railroad.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah.
I got to jump off because my phone's about to die, but it was fun hanging out with you, and we'll definitely be catching up again soon.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, Ray, and have a good night.
Fun.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Ray.
Yeah, same to you, sir. You be good, and we'll catch you all again soon. Have a good night.
You bet.
Keep it on the tracks.
Yeah, I'm just plugging away at this. I got to move shelves, picture frames, bunch of stuff. Ray's July, St. Louis. Yeah. Bob, the St. Louis trip is in July, I believe. I think it's before the MNRA in Detroit. I think it's the week before or something. Something like that. I'm hoping to hit Detroit, but we'll have to see how everything shakes out here the next month or two. Because that show there is only like not even an hour away from me. 40 minutes.
Nice catch on that fast DN, Mike.
Yeah, you
The
like
one
that?
you got the other day.
Yeah.
Just be glad you don't have idiots like we do down here, like when I was filming.
Oh, jumping in front of you?
I was filming the UP 5792 leading a grain empty, coming in like 55, 60 miles an hour because that's what they do north of Hutch. Gates are about halfway down.
Yeah.
Little pickup just runs straight through. And I was like, you idiot.
Then there was
I was
my
recording too.
Yeah, Sparky's trying to get the meet and greet going. St. Thomas, Waterloo Railway, and Mini Prince, Mini Canada. Mini Canada, that's pretty. I've been there twice, I think. That's downtown Toronto. And that guy was. What's the background on Mini Little Canada? I think he was from Holland or something. Came over and started building that in Toronto. I think he spent $1 to $2 million of his own money building it. And it has like all kinds of different regions, like has Quebec, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Niagara Falls. It's actually pretty awesome, and it's all HO scale. When all the cars move, it's like that place in Germany. Try to remember that layout, but it's huge.
Yeah, that's Miniature Wonderland in Germany. And good evening, Monsville Railway.
Moonsville, how's it going?
Yeah, Bob, there's a lot of good old places in Hutch that can get models. Central Kansas Model Railroaders meets there in Hutch in downtown. And I think in June at the fairgrounds they have a big show.
Yeah.
And yes, Mike, to make you feel more at home, there's a lot of Canadian National.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few. Because I grew up pretty much.
We got to move the shelves, TV stand. But then there's Mind the Mess. That's the base of the Helix.
You can't do good work without getting messy.
No. I try to clean up as I go, but it doesn't always happen. But I got to clean it up somewhat because during the day down here, my wife has to get through here to go either use down to her office. So
yeah, just run trains while she's in the office.
I gotta have it on silent mode because she's on the phone sometimes. So I put the link up if anybody else got something they want to share or what they're working on. Move the camera back. Hopefully everybody don't get dizzy or seasick. Bridge seam.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that's Exact Rail bridge that I've collected over the years. I love my Exact Rail bridges.
It's awesome.
I made the bridge abutments and painted them like a cement color. And then I'll do the scenery work there. But I believe it was Anthony Borden earlier was asking me, I talked about Monday night, cutting this section out and putting an overpass bridge in between here. And then hooking it back up to the other side so I could have vehicles go over the creek as well. Oh, it's 9. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. Time flies, eh? When you're having fun, Flip. Definitely. 9 p.m. But I'm not going to stay on too much longer unless somebody else got anything they want to share. But I'm going to keep plugging on this and keep keep cleaning up as I go. Try to.
CP 368.
Timmy.
Going like continuing like with the tunnel motor rebuild. It's still got the original car body on the top. It's just that some of the framework, engine, and electrical systems have been modified. But it's actually ATSF through Sterling, Kansas, which is about 20 minutes northwest of Hutch on the K&O Great Bend timetable.
Yeah.
And yeah, they think it's a wise idea to run their trains at like 10 at night and then like 2 in the morning.
If you go down by the tunnel here, that tunnel is hot from 6 o'clock at night until about 6 a.m. Just stacked. The yard in Michigan will be stacked right up, waiting to clear. Wait for trains to clear the tunnel and come over.
Enter into Sarnia.
Yep. Just back and forth steady. Guys from the
Nice.
station drive the train. Oh man, I just spilled out. Drive the trains over. They get to the yard, take a cab back. The guys from Canada grab the trains here, drive them over, get a cab back. Steady.
Your puppo trying to make it onto the show tonight, LOL?
Papa John? Is that who just popped in?
I don't see Papa John, but I think your dog wants to try and say hi to all of us.
Oh, Sadie?
Yeah.
She's on the top of the stairs. Laying down. Sadie? She's sleeping. Passed out, having a nap.
Yeah, I like how, like, you're with the Helix. How long has that taken you?
Well, the biggest part was, well, you've watched my show before. Where the Helix is, that was my bar.
Yeah.
Bar / workbench. So I had to relocate that. I can show you. Hang on. Don't get dizzy on me. So that's where the bar was. And then I put it over there. Had to cut
That's awesome.
refit the countertop. And the other section of the bar is actually in the furnace room, which I call the hobby shop back there. And I got that set up for building model kits or spray booth paint. Paint my models, spray booth. Papa John.
That looks really nice.
So yeah, once I got that done, I think I had the bench work all done for the Helix in the weekend. Like on a Saturday, because usually Sundays I go up to the club. We work on the club up there and run trains and stuff. And then got the plywood, 2 sheets of plywood. Because like I said, this is move the camera. Lift it up. That there, from here to the wall that way is 7 feet.
Yeah.
And it's from here to there is 6 feet.
Wow.
So the Helix is going to be 6 by 6.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm just waiting for the track plan to be finished for the Helix. And see how long it takes to get it laser cut. Gonna get the wood cut with laser.
More precision that way.
Yeah, more precision. I'll still do the threaded rod, nuts and bolts, threaded rod.
Papa John, hello, welcome.
And the Helix radius will be 36 and 32 with a 2-inch center, 2.5-inch center, something like that. And it'd be
Like-
cut out that the track just fits right in it, right? So I don't have to worry about it moving.
Cool.
Mhm.
Good evening. Good evening, Papa John.
Papa John, how are you doing tonight? Papa John's probably down somewhere in Ohio or Michigan by the tracks, rail fan.
Floyd asked you, how thick of wood will you be using?
3/4. So this is all 3/4. Furniture grade plywood. Same with the helix, the base. That's 3/4.
Uh,
In the training room, he says. Yeah, so it's a lot of work, but I enjoy it, right? I got the track work done tonight, got all the ties cut and put in, got the elevated curve. So the car leans a bit, but not a whole lot. You don't want it falling off the track, but gives you that little illusion, right?
yeah.
Then I got to throw a switch in over in this corner, like maybe a little bit further, and then it'll split off to double track into the helix, going up and down. So
Cool.
looks like we got Timmy in the basement. I don't see no video picture yet, Timmy. So I'll give you a minute to get connected and what you want to share. In the end of the in the end it'd be quite a bit, Floyd. And then basically, let me see. I'll raise this up a little bit. So when it comes out of the helix, basically over right in here, it's going to come out. And then it'll come back over here. You know, nice S-curve kind of thing. And then into the corner. And back towards the main layout in the other room. But I'm going to do it probably 3 levels. So at least get the second level going, but leave it so I have enough room to do a 3rd level eventually, right? Nothing has to be built in a day. It's like Rome. Rome wasn't built today, but
Take care, Monsville.
I got 10 years before I retire, and then hopefully I retire, and I got another 10 to go.
Good Lord, Mike, you don't look that old.
I'm 53.
Yeah, you don't look that old.
Thanks.
Monsville, thank you so much for coming in, and you stay safe as well.
Yeah, take care, Moonsville. And he's ahead of us. He's it's actually Thursday already over there. I think it's probably close to noon, lunchtime. Timmy, what are you working on tonight?
I am getting the newest operations scheme for the layout working.
Nice.
Oh, someone's playing bumper car. Ah, not again. Someone's playing bumper cars on the interstate again. Good Lord, and on my night off too. Ugh.
I got the pager going off.
Yeah, I got one of my app notifications going nuts. Because, like I said in the start of the show, I just got back from Kansas yesterday after storm spotting and a massive brush fire.
Oh, well.
It hit like 1,000 acres in like 20 minutes because of fast, like rapid winds at like 50 to 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. When I was on the fire department, cornfields and brush fires were that, and they're taking off beans or wheat. Those are usually the worst ones too, because they take off pretty quick.
Yeah, because this one got in a canyon and just made a run for it.
So I got to cut some wood slats, probably about not 4 feet high. Or should I go 4 feet? I can always cut it out after. What I got there,
What kind of locos are you running there, Mr. Tim?
53 inches.
Not running anything right now. Not even plugged in.
53 inches I got. That gives me lots. That's crazy, Derek. Didn't they just have one last week or the week before?
I know Kansas had a couple bad ones last night.
And same with Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt. He's in, I want to say, down around Maryland. In Delaware area, they had one on Monday night.
One of the chases I was actually on, me and my dad and a friend, we ended up being 200 yards away from a tornado coming down. Thankfully, no injuries and thankfully no damage to the vehicle.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And it was at night too, which made it even worse.
Right. Never good when you have those anyways. Doesn't matter if it's night or day.
Derek Alexander told you, Mike, the layout is looking great, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I'm hoping to get more done this week, and I know we're in April. I still haven't done a layout video update at all this year. It happens, right? You just get so caught up in the everyday
When you
stuff.
get the track plan finished, you ought to put a camera in a gondola and then just do like a cab tour or like a layout tour.
Yeah, I got those Mevo cameras. They're wireless. Oh, excuse me. I might do a couple of lives with those. The only problem with the Mevos, like, I can have guests, but we can't see them or anything like that. So they're like going solo cameras, right?
Yeah, now a grass fire up in Aurora, Colorado. Good Lord.
Wow.
Mike, our weather pattern is literally going snow, dried, more snow, dry, more snow, high temperatures and dry.
Mm-hmm. The today we've had all 4 seasons. We had rain this morning, then freezing rain, then snow, back to rain, and then at 10 o'clock tonight it's supposed to be, which is like in 40 minutes, it's supposed to be like 18 degrees. So that's 10 is 50, 18 is close to like 67, 68
Wow.
degrees. And it was +3 this morning. So that's you're getting close to 0. It's been crazy weather.
We've actually had all 13 seasons out here in one day.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Because right now, Old Man Winter and Mother Nature are fighting out here, and Mother Nature's drunk because literally she's making it snow when it's sunny.
Yeah. Well, she's not giving up for winter, that's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, I burned my finger. No pain, no gain. That's what I say. As I'm burning
Trust
my
me.
finger, soldering the
Then I
track.
got a lot of gain. Then.
Oof.
Whew.
Not supposed to burn your fingers soldering, but it happens.
Ray Bertelson, welcome.
Ray, how's it going, buddy? I think we're past. Oh yeah, he's live too at 9. Humanity Junction. Unless he's still on
Yeah.
Bernard.
Yeah, I'm just popping like in and out, like to see the new the comments here, like here from here on StreamYard.
Nice.
Yeah, the reason why I knew there was going to be a CSX leader or a trio of CSX units on a high priority manifest from Kansas City, Kansas to Dodge City, Kansas was because of one of my Facebook groups. And just a huge amount of luck because the wind was just as bad because that's when the brush fire happened.
Yeah.
It had 2 brand new 737s destined for Washington.
Roundabouts cause tornadoes around here. Yeah. Bird choppers. You guys are funny sometimes. I get good.
Derek says that Mike, they can't see what you're doing.
Oh, sorry. I am. Let me change the camera.
It's all good, Mike.
I was just soldering the switch. And I was holding this down because I like my rails to be flush. So I was holding that, and the soldering was getting hot. Then I do the same thing at the club, right? I use the Pico insulated rail joiners. So you never have a short.
Oh, Floyd, that is funny. We have so many of those road roundabouts, you would think you're in Europe.
Yeah, they really started putting those roundabouts in there in here.
Hey, Randall. Good evening.
Last 3 years, roundabouts.
Good evening, Mr. Randall.
Now, I'll tell you a story about a roundabout. I was in Kitchener on the weekend, and you're supposed to yield when you come up to a roundabout. But when I was in Kitchener, the people that seemed to be thinking they were like going straight, like there was no roundabout, they weren't yielding. They just jumped right in and 100 mile an hour on that roundabout.
So they just tried to straighten it out and make it a 4-way stop, right?
Wow. Yeah, if there were stop signs, they might have stopped. The new drivers today, even if the light's green, don't go. Make sure you look in the direction that the light is red, that people don't jump through. Because I've seen so many T-bone accidents lately. The new green is red.
Hey guys.
Randall,
yeah.
how's it going, buddy?
Hey, Randall.
Well, going pretty good, Mike. We survived the storms yet again, so
Nice.
It got pretty wild though out towards Jonesboro and Bay and them places, but
Okay.
uh,
I'm glad you're okay.
yeah, like I said, we made it through all right. Got some heavy rain, and pretty good lightning storm, but I said all the nasty stuff kind of happened out to the east.
Got anything cool sitting in the yard?
I'm not at work, Slayton.
Enjoying your night off?
Taking it easy.
Well, probably about as best I can, but you don't never know because they got trains tied down everywhere, so they might.
Yeah, we had a huge surprise on the La Junta sub, if you know where that is.
You might need to remind me where that's at again. I can't really remember.
It's between La Junta, Colorado, and Newton, Kansas.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually been out that way, to be truthful with you.
So the phone could ring and you might have to go anytime.
It's possible, but it's not likely with all the storms. I'd say probably because they had a couple of tornadoes go through there earlier, so it's hard to say what they'll do.
Yeah.
So yeah, Randall had a BNSF HKCK DDC manifest. With it was running 2x1 with all power being the CSX ES44 AHs.
Okay.
Snagged 2 MRLs. One of them was actually tied down in Newton for about a week.
Ooh. I'd hate to be that.
And then the last one was an ex Burlington Northern SD60M, still in the Cascade green and white.
There you go, right there. That's a good one.
Too bad it wasn't moving, because if it was moving, it would have been leading.
Mm.
Would have been leading good old LCAN 14 back to Dodge.
Yeah, it's rare. It'd been rare to have one of those leadings. So
Got to get them while you can, because they're going to be
Yep.
They're going to be history soon.
Yeah, unless BNSF decides to rebuild them, which I don't think will happen, because one of the guys that works out there told me BNSF tends to like to do a long-term lease on their locomotives as opposed to owning them outright. That's why you're seeing this huge influx of GEVOs, the newer GEVOs coming in, because BNSF technically doesn't own those locomotives. They are actually on a long-term lease. I think it's like a 30-year lease or something like that. So,
that was my good blade, bro. Pating! There goes my blade.
and that's also why you're seeing a lot of the Dash 9s being purged from the roster too. A lot of the leases on a lot of those locomotives have expired, and they were sent back to GE, and then they went out to other customers. So,
Yeah. What'd be cool is seeing BNSF get all the, like, I know they're like 23 mil in the hole, but like, imagine them completely bringing back the old Santa Fe fleet. Like with
Yeah,
the white cab, Dash 8s, Dash 9s.
yeah, that ain't gonna happen, Slate. I hate to disappoint all the rail fans out there, but that's not happening. Even the 70 Max from the BN side are gone again. I haven't seen one in weeks. So,
Yeah, because they're in Sterling, Kansas. They actually, like on one of the small bridges that I walk to when I'm at my aunt's,
yeah,
it still has the original ATSF sign from the Santa Fe days, and I was hoping BNSF could pull out like at least a red and silver Dash 9, just toss them on with K&O.
Well, there was one. They still run their former Santa Fe Dash 9s on the third sub. There was one that showed up about probably about 2.5 weeks ago now. It was just before that first round of storms hit. There was one showed up at Koshkonong. That was a second motor on a men kick. So
yeah, and there was one on a toll kick, 627. So I don't know. So it could be heading into RCL, sadly.
yeah, a lot of those Dash 9s, the former Santa Fe ones, they're starting to become remote control yard switchers, yard switchers and hump yard switchers, which is wild to think about a Dash 9 doing hump yard duty, but they're out there. I caught one in Memphis. That the one short that I've got, that was one of those engines that they converted to a RCO unit.
Yeah.
Well, at least BNSF's like rebuilding some of them because I've seen 608, 609, and 600 and a few others
Yeah,
at the AC-44C4Ms.
BNSF rebuilt a small number of Dash 9s to the C4s, and then they took and rebuilt some of their SD70 Max to SD70 Mac E's, but they've kind of stopped doing that, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. BNSF, I guess, from what I was told, has kind of went more towards buying new power, or as I've said before, the long-term lease of new power. So,
yeah, it would be nice to seeing at least one red and silver leading that wasn't going to RCL.
You see a lot of that anymore, Gleason.
a lot of their SD75Ms they inherited from Santa Fe are kind of still hanging around.
Yeah, because I know
stuff like that.
Yeah, because I know a few months ago, BNSF BPTL LAC had a fake bonnet lead and a Tier 4 credit 4200 series second out.
Mm.
It derailed, and then BNSF SD75, I think it's SD75I 275.
Yeah.
Came down and got what was left of 4244.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm making.
Or no, it was 267.
I'm making a template for installing the light signal light. So I got a base to put the signal light in. Just using some styrene sheets.
Yeah, I know some rail fans that kept thinking maybe one day BNSF will pull some of the war bonnet Dash 8s and Dash 9s out of Galveston for a run.
Yeah, that's literally not going to happen. Some of the B40s are still running, but the 6-axle Dash 8s they're basically purged from the BNSF roster now.
Right.
Yeah,
I was told a good number of those have actually been scrapped already. So
Yeah, they scrapped a bunch.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know at least one of the Dash 8s had been repainted into H3.
Mm-hmm. Now I think some of them too. They sold them to Canadian National, and they're running up there.
Yeah, I've seen the odd one.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
Now we just need some more Canadian power down here. We had the CP 9618 on a it came through here as one of the BNSF Sweetgrass trains from Calgary as CP 317.
Okay. GE O&R. Hey, O&R rail fan. How's it going, Drew?
Hey, ONR.
So yeah, just
another thing about those Dash 8s, Slane, they were not real popular with the crews. I know that. So, especially the B40 Dash 8s. So,
yeah, Cajon past 1994. Anyone?
mm-hmm. The last time I saw a B40 on a train here was last February, and that was on the North Local. Had one as a second unit, still in Santa Fe colors, might I add.
Yeah, but that's going to be history now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But yeah, they said I know the crew on that train, and they said that When they were at track speed, said it was rocking pretty bad going down the track. So it was something was going on with it.
Floyd, you drove truck? I drove truck back in 90. Got my crane license in 96. Drove truck 90. Let's say 98 to maybe 2000, 99. And I went everywhere except Oregon. And what other state didn't I go?
Yeah,
I
I've
think
done actually some truck driving myself in Oklahoma on my family ranch. So what are you doing nowadays, Mike? Just
I am
trying
a crane,
to.
I'm a crane operator by trade. That's what I do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I give up the truck in I want to say 2000. 2001. So yeah, I used to pull tankers and went coast to coast, basically. Western Canada, Eastern Canada, Eastern United States. But now I'm back doing what I got my ticket doing. My trade, I'm crane operator.
Yeah, what'd be nice is
Nice.
I think yeah, I know CN does have some of the heritage units.
Oh yeah.
And what'd be really cool is for CP to do is repaint one of their AC-44s into the dual flags livery that they once had.
I don't know if you'll see that, but you never know with CP.
Yeah.
Hey, Dolph Junction, how you doing? How you doing, Pete?
We actually don't get a lot of CP power down here. We get more the other half of the CPKC merger. We get a lot of Kansas City Southern stuff around here. So
Yeah, we had a very unexpected DPU set out here that I sadly missed, but it was really unexpected.
Well, I seen Kansas and Missouri rail fanner, Daryl. He caught the CP military unit, or the
hey, Delph Junction. And,
I think it was
Ronald
the
Rondo,
military unit or the
Warner Adams.
air unit.
Yeah, because
70-20.
I know. Yeah, because I know 7020 snuck down here, but Randall, here's one for you. Northbound Mine Run, Ferromex Ace, and a KCS Ace as DP power.
Yeah, we get Ferromex a lot too. So
Yeah, I seen
there
a
was
couple.
there was one Canadian National Engine, the Heritage unit, that did visit, and I never got to see it, but it was the Grand Trunk engine.
GT.
It was the Ace they painted up in those colors.
Yeah, that
And it
was
looks
the 78.
it looks real nice.
Mm.
Was that
Yeah,
the 78?
it was actually here in the Theracid, and the one of the CSX Heritage units was here as well, and I missed it. So,
Well, the GT's Ace just came back up here a week or so ago, pulling a Siemens Charger set out of the States.
Yeah.
For VIA.
it's kind of ironic. The two engines I had, two Heritage units, and I missed them both because I wasn't working. So,
Oh, bummer.
It's all good.
So there's that. That didn't take long to cut those two pieces up.
Yeah, it would be nice out here seeing some like different foreign power like bit more often, because at this time we have, I don't know if they went north or south from Pueblo or east. We had two of the brand new EMDX Tier 4 demo units.
I've only seen one Tier 4 Ace, and that was the former CSX unit that was later for PRLX. It was on lease to Ferromix at the time.
100%.
They may actually own those engines now. Somebody was saying that they bought them, but
And I know Ferromex just got a massive order from Norfolk Southern for the C6Ms.
I saw 2 of those engines the other day. Still in
Hard
primer
to
gray,
believe.
but had the Ferromex markings on them.
Nice.
That's going to look really, really weird.
And well, you can see who's on tomorrow night. N Scale Dystopia, Denny. See what Denny's up to tomorrow night on the show live. Denny's never done lives until this year. Great channel. If you're not subscribed to Denny, go over and check out his stuff. Does great stuff. What else?
And on Denlau back in June, Randall, we actually had my friend Nick and I, we saw the Denlau sitting about half an hour south of Cheyenne, and when it came north, 3-9s with a fake bonnet leader.
Nice.
Then had a real nice surprise. 2 BNSF aces leading the reverse train to Denver, the Loudon. Straight over 2 Union Pacific trains with another 8 sitting in the yard.
When I was out in Pratt, Kansas, I did see the Rio Grande Heritage unit out there, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Like, if you would have caught it again, they'd actually been running it with 1111.
I saw the 1111 too. I never got a photo of it, but it was there at Dalhart, Texas, I think, was when I saw it.
Yeah, they got War Bonnet 670 there
Nice.
as well.
And I saw the SP Heritage unit at Chaffee, Missouri. So I've seen 2 of the UP Heritage units so far.
And I know one thing Union Pacific is not going to do, which sucks. Reopen Tennessee Pass.
Yeah, I don't really see that ever happening unless, something catastrophic happens to one of their main lines. And even then, they still have to rebuild Tennessee Pass. So
Yeah, and that's going to be like $6, $7, maybe $8 billion. Or if they get like some of their SD 9043s rebuilt, that'd be a nice sight to see. Good night, Floyd.
Okay,
see you,
Floyd.
Floyd.
Have a great night. I'm getting ready to jump off too because, like I said, I got a mess to clean up before I head upstairs. But I still got some wood to cut and some woodworking to do. What do you guys got coming up? Any videos or?
I know my birthday was last Friday.
Well, happy late birthday, Sladen.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, there really ain't nothing much coming down the pike yet, Mike. I'll film another episode of my Thomas and Friends review.
Okay.
It's the episode 4, so
Well,
that
stay
won't be out
tuned this
till
weekend.
that won't be out till Monday. So
Stay tuned to this weekend. I might be live Saturday.
all right.
At OVR. Otter Valley
I
Railway.
might be at Dave and Buster's again with my cousins.
Okay, cool.
I can't do the VR there. I just had lunch and then that wasn't a good combo mix.
Hey, Mouse, we're just getting ready to jump off. How are you, buddy? Yeah, so I'll be at OVR and Aurora Miniatures will be there with their new SD50F.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
Randall.
Already
Do
done.
you want a really good photo op?
And
Okay.
the new well cars. will be
Wright, Kansas, which is east of Dodge City on the Lahunna sub timetable. They have a BN Jeep high hood an XB unit, and a high hood GP7
Sweet.
in the RCA colors.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm gonna drop you in the base with their Sladen, and I'm gonna end the show here. So if you got anything else so you wanna let the folks
Thanks
know,
for
you
letting
do.
Thanks for letting me come up, Mike.
Hey, no problem. Have a
See
great
you,
night.
Slayton.
Take care.
See you guys.
All right.
Randall,
Yeah.
what like say you got nothing coming down the pipe?
Yeah, nothing right now at the moment, Mike. Like I said, episode 4 of the Thomas and Friends review will probably drop Monday. Who knows? I may get bored and film a review on a couple of these freight cars that's sitting here that I haven't touched in a few months. So
Right.
I might review those. So
Okay. Well, if we don't see you on the live or on video popping up or anything, we'll catch you on the next one.
sounds good, Mike. Appreciate you letting me come on.
Hey, no worries. Have a great night.
All right. See you guys.
Take care.
Yep.
Timmy, what do you got coming up? Anything? Any videos or?
No, like March update will be out maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay, you're like me. You got to do the March one yet. You haven't even, and we're in April. It happens. It happens, buddy.
Oh I do the month update at the end of the month instead of the beginning of the month, like a lot of channels. My March update is actually what happened in March, not happened in February.
Yeah. Yeah, that I like to do mine at the end of the month too. Right? Gives you the whole month instead of the first of the month.
So unfortunately, it's nothing with this layout.
Okay. Well, we'll look forward to watching that one and seeing that one pop up.
Other than wiring it last month, I haven't done anything else with this layout other than
Yeah. They've had a lot of things going on there with the barn and stuff. So,
yep.
well, you take care, and I appreciate you coming up and chatting tonight.
Yep.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yep.
Thanks for coming up, Timmy. Well, folks, there we are. Next Monday, believe my Sidekicks channel, James Dundas Junction. And stay tuned. Could be doing some lives throughout the weekend. So appreciate everybody coming up and hanging out for the night. Hope you had fun. And keep working on them layouts. That's what it's all about. Having fun and a little bit at a time. Till then, I'm going to end it with, you know what?
See you, Frank. Till the next one. Keep it on the tracks.